Hi everyone, it's Emma from Body Love HQ. I hope you're having a great day. I just wanted to check in today with Body Love TV, episode number 3. So you might be watching this on Facebook, so give me a thumbs up or a love heart if you are, or you might see it on Instagram, and a love heart would be lovely. And also if you're seeing it on YouTube, thumbs up, you can subscribe, that'd be awesome. But I wanted to check in today and talk about a really important topic, which is the fact that we find it really, really hard to say no, and how that's sort of damaging us, and why we should sort of change that and how we can. So that's the topic of Body Love TV this week. So here at Body Love HQ, I'm all about freedom. So that's freedom from diet culture, freedom from body shaming, freedom from toxic work environments that actually put too much pressure and stress on us that's actually not good for us. And I'm also really about freedom of learning not to have that inner critic that's always, bringing you down all the time. And that's what I want for you. I want freedom in every possible way. So today I want to talk about 3 ways that you are not getting freedom in your life, and that's around not being able to say no, and give you some ideas on how you can learn to say no when you need to. So the first reason that you don't say no is because of your values. I am sure you're a beautiful person who values compassion and kindness and, really loving other people, because most of the people that I come across are like that. And that's really wonderful, and I really appreciate that about you. But I want to ask you this question. Are you putting those values back on yourself? Are you treating yourself with kindness and compassion? Because really, if you're not, you're a little bit out of alignment with your own values, aren't you? So what I would love you to do, if you feel like you can't say no to things because you want to be that kind and compassionate person, I want you to ask yourself, is saying yes to this being kind to me? Am I showing myself compassion? Sometimes the answer to that will be yes. Go ahead, say yes, do the thing that you've been asked to do. But often it's going to be no, because you've already got too much on your plate. It's too stressful. It's making you feel, unwell or something like that. So have a check-in with your values and make sure that you're turning your values onto yourself. It's very, very important. The second reason that people find it really hard to say no is their self-esteem. So you might have heard me talk about the values just then and think, I still couldn't say no. I'd feel really bad if I said no. And people with a healthy self-esteem will find it much more easy to say no to things. And yes, they might feel a bit guilty when they do it. They might have a bit of those sort of feelings of feeling not, that they're not being a nice person, but they'll get over that really quickly. And that's what I want for you as well. So if you feel like you can't say no because you're worried that people aren't going to like you, or, someone's going to be upset with you, that's probably something around self-esteem issues. And 2 of my favorite ways to boost self-esteem is 1, exercise, of course, but exercise boosts self-esteem because, if you turn up to a fitness class, you don't know anyone, that's a bit of a challenge to get around. But also, learning new exercises, training your body to do things that it hasn't done before, they're all brilliant ways of boosting your self-esteem. And then the other thing is forgiveness. So forgiving other people for putting all these demands on you, forgiving yourself for never saying no and never putting yourself first, forgiving yourself for all those past things that you might have done. And my favorite forgiveness practice is the Hawaiian Ho'oponopono mantra that you can say to yourself or you can direct out to other people. And that is, I forgive you, I'm sorry, thank you, and I love you. And a lot of my clients that I've worked with one-on-one, that becomes like a mantra that just goes on in their minds. And one of my examples for that is here at Albany where I live, there's lots of roundabouts, and during school holidays, there can be people that don't know how to use them properly, and it can get a little bit frustrating. So that's become my mantra during the school holidays. I forgive you, I'm sorry, thank you, I love you. So I forgive you. Forgiveness doesn't mean condoning behavior, but it does mean letting go of the idea that the past can be any different. So just trying to let go of that. I forgive you, I'm sorry. So I'm sorry that this happened to you. I'm sorry that this has happened to me. I'm sorry about this situation. If worse comes to worse, I'm sorry, you're such an idiot. Whatever you need to do to get through that I'm sorry part. I forgive you, I'm sorry, thank you. Thank you for this opportunity to grow. Thank you for this opportunity to challenge myself and learn something new from the situation. And I love you because, let's send love into the world. There's so much fear around. Let's try and send more and more love, whether that's towards other people or towards ourselves. So there are two ways you can boost your self-esteem. And when you boost your self-esteem, you're more likely to be able to say no to things that don't suit you or when you've got too much on your plate. Now, the third reason you might not be saying no is to do with conditioning. So maybe your mum did everything for everybody else, and that's what you saw when you were growing up. Or, we see all these articles in magazines or online about women who have it all and can do it all, which is, just another kind of thing like diet culture, really, that we have to try and live up to. Or maybe all your friends are pushing themselves to the limit, getting everything done. Or maybe that doesn't look like they are, but underneath they really are. So what happens here is sometimes there can be comparisonitis, but sometimes there can be that feeling that I'm not good enough unless I do what everyone else does. And the thing is, you are you. You are an individual. There's no one else in the world that is you. And you have to live your life. So it's really, really important to understand that and know that you don't have to do what everyone else is doing. And my favorite way to handle this is through surrounding yourself with like-minded people. So cultivate friendships with people that are honest about this stuff and say, sometimes I've got too much on, sometimes I'm not coping. Be honest with your friends as well. Or you might be able to find an online program or an online group. Sorry, Barney's having a little fit behind me. Not a real fit, he's just being funny. So you might find an online group program or a Facebook group or something that you can be a part of. Or maybe even get coaching. So, with someone like me who might be able to help you through some of these problems that you might be having with saying no. So it's okay to say yes to things. I'm not saying you should step back and disengage from the world, but when you're pushing yourself so far that you feel tired, stressed, unwell, you can feel it's out of alignment with your values, then that's maybe where some of these tips will help you out. So I hope you found this helpful with Body Love TV this week. Let me know in the comments if you have had any aha moments, and hopefully I'll see you next week. See ya.